coming in a little bit late. But I think we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. All right. We've got Snow Manson joining us. SoCal Jerry should be along here soon. Audio is good. Thank you. I appreciate that very much, sir. Are you located on the field yet? I have not spawned the mission yet. I thought I'd go over a little bit first of exactly what I've included with this mission, and it is a little bit interesting. So what I did is I actually found an easy way to kind of get a list of all of the objects that are available inside of the simulator. So if you go into the settings menu and you roll over to the advanced options and click developer mode, click it on the upper right, or I'm sorry, upper left hand corner, you've got the dev mode file, and you can go in here and create a new project and just hit save. So that way you have at least one project that you can refer to. You're going to need one, right? But then you can open up that recent project. I can go to tools and select sim object spawner, and then the drop down next to select a sim object, and this is going to produce a list of all of the custom objects that you could put into these missions. Now, what I'm hoping is that you have the same list as I do. As you can see, this list is extensive. Aircraft, people, ships that are sinking, you name it, the entire list is there, right? So as soon as you copy the description and exactly how it's printed out, you want to bring that over, and then you can literally just come out of dev mode. Let's close that. We'll go back into advanced options and just close it, right? So then when you're making these missions, you can actually use that as a custom sim object. Interesting startup there. All right. Make sure SoCal is spawned in here in a second. This aircraft is absolutely fantastic. What a great airframe. A little bit of a bumpy start, but we got here. Again, the .json files are available on my Discord channel. Feel free to grab them there. And I will work out on the folder issue. Yeah, it's probably my fault with the server issue there too, SoCal. I did even say in the description and in the promo video that I was on the West Coast server, but that's apparently not even a thing anymore. So I'm going to load into Miltech. I'll be flying position Alpha. Let's go into my file manager. Panama. Position Alpha. We'll hit play on that. Now there are moving assets involved with this mission, but we aren't necessarily interacting with them throughout the mission. But I'll show you a little fun hack after the mission's over, what you can do with these things. It's fun to play around with. Nice. SoCal is in the house, just off to the right. You're not seeing me in an MH60. I should just vanish there in a second. There we go. Snowmanson, SoCal. I got it. All of you guys, you're in proper livery. One thing I've been noticing as this loads in as well, for some reason, it stutters. Really? You guys are, yeah, clearly in 60s. I wonder if you have your settings off. Interesting. Huh. All right, let's get this bird in the air. We are cold and dark. That's interesting. If snow is seeing everybody in 60s, you should be too. Let's go ahead and get this bird fired up. In SoCal, you can spawn into your JSON file. Let's turn some battery life on. See, it's a little bit like lagging with the reaction to the cursor. And it's like the first time I load into these missions, I get a little bit of stuttering in the front. Nice, you're in position Charlie. I like it. The positions will fill up basically this row of hangar parkways. And then there's one that actually wraps around the corner. What did you do? Alright, we got everything up here. Let's go ahead. Lower deck. Let's get a little co-pilot action going in here. Come back up on top. Throw the APU on. APU boost. It has been a while since we've flown together. All right, we have some rotation. I'm very curious to see how this is going to play out. Like I said, that list of custom objects is absolutely gargantuan. And I know that there's one asset that I've used in here that comes with the purchase of the 145. Like the floating men that you saw in the promo. Very nice. What was wrong? High fidelity aircraft. You've almost got this bird spooled up. Let's go ahead and turn this over to engine. We're going to turn the fuel pump off. We're going to go to APU control off, ignition off. Take that off. Make sure our hoist is armed to all. Everything else looks good. Turn off multiplayer multiple times as well as switch multiple times between high fidelity and low. Yep. There's a lot of things that are going on with this lately that are pretty nonsense. I don't know if you saw a little short that I put out a while ago about the math that this is doing and how it totally like robbed me of several hundred flights, and yeah, it's quite comical. I am almost at full rotation. So I've used several different custom objects in this mission. Like I said, we're going to see some things. I probably gave most of it away in the promo. But to see if it works for everyone is the key. Let me know when you are spooled up and ready to go. Let's do this. The little fleet. Great screen grab right there. Gotta love that. Coming in live. Right under your chin. One thing that I've been doing a lot in this as well is toying around with the weather. I've become really, really good at flying these missions in inclement weather. And it's all about that autopilot. I'm looking forward to the FLIR. Got a couple of assets. If you have the Miltech simulations, what is it? Super carrier. All right, you're going to see some frigates and everything off the shore, aircraft carriers and whatnot that, you know, ship with that, the static group. But there is also a Coast Guard cutter moving here. And on this side, you can see two boats there. They're also moving out to the target. Let's see what kind of a clip we're making here. About 150. So what you can do is once you get your bearing, we're supposed to be going 166. We're close enough. Let's go ahead and turn on some altimeter hold. We'll keep this at about 700. We left Snow behind. I don't think so. I think he's here. Where'd he go? Book it a little too fast. Should we slow this boat down? As you slow down, it should keep that altimeter hold. Oh, I thought he took up to it. I thought he took off with us. You'll find something coming up here that I am also not a fan of. I don't know if you can see just to the left of the furthest to the left island. You can see a boat starting to spawn in. The second boat that spawns in real late because it is just a highly complex model. Nice lighting conditions today. I don't even see you anymore. So there he is. I'm way out in front, huh? take this altimeter hold off. Cycle that through. Come off of that autopilot mode, it's like you start drifting in the helicopter. That tail comes out and it literally starts to just drift. Coming in at 164. It's going to be here over here to my right. SoCal coming in right behind. And there it spawns in. I'll take a little flight around this bad boy so you can see a little bit of what I got. And I'd like you guys to, if you have been playing with the JSON files, if you can see what's going on right now on your end as well. Do you have both of these custom ships visible to you? Because it gets better. We have reached our accident location, and we have a sinking container ship on scene. I'm starting to see some life rafts. And just over the top towards the back, you can actually see a helicopter in a hover performing a little bit of a rescue mission of his own. Very nice, SoCal. Super cool. Really just a great way to add a little bit more to what is possible with the mission editor. And you can actually make these aircraft fly through the sky. You can catch up with them, do, just other types of missions, fly in formation with them with altitude restrictions. This container ship also comes with its own life raft. So off to the nose of this GA ship in blue right here, you can see a different model of a life raft that has a survivor in it. As SoCal approaches his patient, you can see that this one right here actually has a survivor in it, and it's different from the rest because the rest are just the kind of like general life raft. And what I really want Miltech to do is to figure something out with the type of people that are in here, because the only person you can really rescue like this with a hoist is like that looks relatively real in the situation is the skier. So let's come into, I can see my survivor right here. SoCal, you might have a different raft than I do. So we're all seeing the same thing. Different rafts, different missions. Super cool. Now, what I've found is it is a lot of fun to try this from inside. And what I've done to do that is basically just move the camera in over to the side, take a look, and then use a custom camera to take a peek out the door. I want to kind of keep a visual on the horizon. Watch, I'm not going to be able to do it now that I'm trying it live for the first time. Could even put SoCal maybe in the picture if I rudder this around a little bit. Something like that should be good. It's asking me to lower the hoist already, so if I just drop that bad boy down right here. Yeah, I've definitely lost the target. It's very hard to do. Losing the reference is super simple. Easiest way to get it done is to come outside. Snowmanson's even got his basket out. So now I'm within the 20 meters. Nice, the flames on the container ship too. See, it's all working, man. That's really great. What I found to be very fun with the flames and smoke and other sorts of visual objects that you can put in here is you can put them on timers. So you can choose when they go off. You can do proximity timers, things like that, like proximity sensors. So if you're so close to the target, then your smoke is going to come on instead of seeing it from like 15 miles away. All right, we've got our survivor. Hoist is coming up. Back inside. Call the medic. Go ahead, close that door. Did you crash? SoCal is upside down. He's taking a nap. Oh, no. What is he on his side? Yeah. That's great. I've never seen that before. That's fantastic. How does that even happen? So if you go into your menu, oh, look at the recovery. I love it. Somebody has their damage off. Absolutely fantastic. Have you picked up your survivor? We're all just loitering around over the rafts for a little while, enjoying the scenery. Now, one thing that I have not been able to do is change the livery that's on the chopper that's in a hover here. This one has defaulted to the Jurassic Park. Oh, and you lost screens on the inside of the cockpit. Rough. Yeah, I think you need more than a medic. We might need to get a crew chief out here. It's looking good. We RTB. Let's go ahead and hit the deliver the survivor to the hospital, or IACAO, Mike Papa, Quebec 5 Victor. Let's come back up into the cockpit. That should be over here on the beach somewhere. That's the one. All right. I like it. And where those rafts are, you can see them all in your EFB as well. Each one of them indicates another raft. So much fun. I'm just going to keep trying out custom object after custom object because there's thousands. If you do the restart, it'll restart that section of the mission. Instead of just like respawning the whole mission from the start, if you just go into like escape and then restart the flight. It's been a rough day, man. You did say it has been a long time since you've flown, though. And again, we've got our 3 moving ships still in motion here on their way out to that same scene. If I'm remembering correctly as well, I believe you're going to have the same hospital. But throughout the different mission sets and positions, there are 2 ways that you can land. We'll see both of them in the mission, but they're kind of like alternating. And man, are these missions time consuming to create. Holy cow. SoCal's back at base. And maybe even use the sim rate increase to run the mission real quick if you want. Totally up to you. Looks like we got some more people down the beach. We got the frigate and the cutter moving down here. I'm just skimming the water. Cruising right along in my H60s. Now, is it asking you to go all the way back out to your hoist? Or is it telling you to go to your hospital? And if you don't know, if you haven't seen, there is another video happening tomorrow 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, where it's going to be kind of like a reboot of today's mission. So if you like what you see and you want to join in, we've got a lot of people signed up for that one already, but feel free to join in for that one tomorrow too. We're going to reboot this tomorrow. The 21st, March 26th. I suppose I should date myself. Copy, you are airborne. You going back out to the boat? I'll follow you back out to the boat if you need to go to complete the mission. Let's do it. My survivor's in good shape back here. He looks comfy. We'll just go with it. You can operate the winch, but don't I need the basket? Yeah, you do. Basket should be in it. So when you're doing the basket recovery, you want to come into your overhead panel and make sure that this switch right here is up. Arm to all. And once you do that, more than the winch should come out. It should be the winch and the basket. Sometimes, like there's a glitch in the graphics, though, where I've actually had that engaged and only the winch goes down, but the hoist is still successful. It's a little weird. Kind of like the floating people upside down. The never-ending amazement of MSFS 24. Oh, time for a cup of Joe, yo. Yep, 12 o'clock at night, loading up the coffee. Let's do this. Flying left-handed. There we go. Let's try to get off the ground a little bit. A ship add-on. I like it. And I am looking like I'm coming out of the sky right now. I'm going to definitely be putting this in the water. I don't know why, but this thing is coming down. We have low rotor RPM warning. Barely hanging on to this thing. Everything looks good. Why did it just try to exit me from the aircraft? Did I just pull that out? It looks like it's coming back up. Wow. Was it a little engine flame out right there? The hell? Alright, things are back to normal. That was fun. Roll with the punches, right? for the bourbon instead. You bought it through Contrail and it adds tons of ships. Alright, I'll check it out. The problem I have with the ships right now is the spawning on moving vessels. It winds up crashing, or, you know, it glitches out real bad when you spawn into a moving vessel. Diego. He's back out at his target, or at least close to it. A little round trip service, you know? Service with a smile. He's getting real low. Get some altitude on that. He's trying to like do a direct deployment of the swimmer. I love it. That would be another great option for Miltech to consider instead of the basket deployment. Oh, he's coming down, coming down. Drifting, drifting. You might be too low. And the basket came out instead of just the hook. So if I bring my basket down, yours should go down too, so I can get an idea of like where your height should be. No basket. Huh. And your overhead panel is armed. Alright, so height-wise, it's probably going to be... And now once the basket's full, though, it comes down, hits the bottom of its rope, and then comes right back into the cockpit. Alright. Is it giving you the timer? Or at least saying, like, you're within range? It might just be the loadout, too, if you haven't played the chopper in a while. Try to do from inside the cockpit. What I recommend doing is using the EFB. Once you've located your raft, zoom in on your EFB as much as possible. You can even get a little closer to it so I can see exactly where the icon is. And I'm just going to put my chopper almost on top of the icon. And I'm going to stay at altitude, right? So not right now I'm pushing 90. And then if I drop the basket when I'm real close to this target, so my basket's currently on its way down. If I would be close enough for it to trigger the mission complete at that point. Still no basket. That's frustrating, man. All right. Well, I believe what should happen is once you hit the helipad, we should still be able to move forward. I don't know. Maybe not on your end since the hoist isn't labeled complete. But it should open up like the second half of the mission anyway. We'll see. I don't know if the landing trigger's in the right spot for that or not. That's rough, man. And we can actually turn our hook off. Snowmanson's still back on the beach. Copy that. I think it should. We'll see. And you're going to want to land at the same helipad that I'm headed for. Yeah, my Discord's open. Yeah, man, Panama's a great place to fly. Some cool architecture in that downtown area. A lot of spots for search and rescue missions. I've even thought about trying to do something like a recovery of a stolen vehicle, where I just say somewhere on this plot of land, like call it an island or something, you have to look for like an MRAP or something, or a specific color car. Are you there?
Yep. I'm here.
Sweet.
Make it
How
easier.
you been, brother?
Yep. mute the video now. Okay.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened.
Another one of the multiplayer things.
Well, yeah, I was over it, and it gave me the green indicator, and I lowered the hoist. Basket didn't go, okay, but I was over and hovering within 20 to 70 feet, and it didn't start like a counter at any time, like hold for 20 seconds or something like that. So I'm like, I don't understand.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so probably pick up the next active waypoint thing and go from there.
Right, because the way these are created, it's you start with one mission, you put every element of it in, and then you start duplicating it. So like, if I started with Alpha, Charlie should be identical.
Oh, I'm sure you didn't screw it up. I'm sure it's my operator condition.
Well, I appreciate that, but I'll double check with myself later on too, so I can fix the file.
I don't know what Snow used, which position Snow used, if he was on Charlie as well, or if he was in Bravo.
I'm not sure that he actually had the mission pack. I think it might be just along for the ride, or if he downloaded it, if he's actually flying the missions, because he's not comfortable with it. I don't know. This one did activate a timer.
Oh, when he got close? Don't lift off yet. I need to get eyes on that helipad before you get too far away.
Oh yeah, I got you in sight. Started as Charlie, but switched to Bravo when we had the same one. Copy that. Very cool.
Okay.
I have you in sight.
All right, yeah. I got the helipad now.
Almost directly in below. Yep.
Yep. The decel from 150 down to 50.
A nice nose up, little flare right there.
Yep. Oh, my door must be open because it shows yours open.
Your door is ajar.
Yeah. How can it be ajar? It's a door. What the hell? Yeah. It says armed all.
Yeah, so if he had position Bravo, his first landing would have been on the hospital ship. Yep.
Okay. Now I'm going to patient transfer 0. Okay, return to ICAO, MPMG, and land safely.
Great, so it did progress properly.
Even though it still says find the rescue target above
Right.
that, so.
Good.
But that's fine. And knowing you, having done a few of these with you, guessing I can predict the kind of thing that may be occurring soon.
That's a head scratcher, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's see. I remember doing a San Diego mission with you, and something happened. What could that have been?
Grab right there. Up.
Uh-oh. On the beach? Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Time to go to the beach, man.
Oh, no. Heading 236, 17 miles. Mask casualty with an extra S event on Playa Leona Beach.
236. Copy. Should be in that general direction.
Yeah, the reason I mentioned the ships was going out there. I looked at yours, and you just didn't have much in the way of ships. And I looked, and the canal area, the zone there was just chock full of ships coming and going.
Yeah, even in like the photogrammetry, if you're looking on your EFB in this area,
Yeah.
they're everywhere.
Yeah. Now, a couple more years, I might go cruise it. It's on my list of things I want to do.
Nice.
Maybe one of those big benchmark years that, resembles the speed limit or something.
It's got to be a little easier to fly without typing, huh?
Immensely. But I know you remember the first time we flew together, first few times, and I was low and fast on the water and the rivers and typing with you and going, okay, this is stupid. And you were streaming going, how are you doing that? Switzerland or France? I can't remember where we were messing around. Something like that. I was flying somewhere in the ballpark of, 50 feet off the water or something like that, banking between the riverbanks. Snowmanson asked you a couple questions, or asked a question.
Nice. My background is not as a helicopter pilot. I am a simmer. But I've been a flight enthusiast my entire life. My grandfather built his own remote-controlled airplanes. So I've been around like the flight community my entire life. Always wanted to become a search and rescue pilot, but never could. Eyesight issues. So instead I took the route of the military and several other jobs, like random stuff, man. I've worked on houses. I've been a limousine driver. I've been a chef. I used to clean windows, and now I work in the multimedia, like broadcast sector, mainly as a technical director and editor.
And you've been hella busy.
It has been interesting, I'll say that.
Actually, the last time I saw you, sometime around the holidays. Last time I caught you online, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at home too. I'm a full-time caregiver for my mom at the same time, so.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Life is busy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I've flown in the Microsoft Flight Sim world since it came out originally. Been doing it for a real long time. Super happy that we're finally to the point where we've got, aircraft like this. Took long enough just to get rotorcraft.
Can't wait to see the Dauphine.
For real, though. Yes, sir.
I don't remember who's working on it, but I can't wait to see it. I'm hoping it's well enabled and not,
Absolutely.
glitchy as all hell.
And I'd like to see more animation, like the survivors in the Miltech space are just so lifeless. Whereas when you're like in the 145, you see your medics get out and actually walk around.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Well, that's the same issue with any of the add-ons to the sim, the GSX or whatever, where if you're doing the commercial nonsense, everybody's very robotic in their movements and such. It's like,
yes,
I understand. It's a huge processor load. I get it.
And hopefully that's just something that's like in the pipeline.
Yeah, I doubt it. Well, maybe at Miltech, but I'm sure it's not on the Microsoft side. I'm sure it's not their thing, if you will.
No, they still need to figure out math.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is like when they're doing something with their beta version, that seems to be when something goes haywire in the live version.
Yeah. Well, and they took out the West server when the PlayStation went live. Right. So West and Europe, I want to say, or one of the Europe servers, they took offline when the PlayStation stuff went live. Now, mind you, PlayStations can't play with us. They have to be in their own little sandbox. So it's like, did they have some kind of shortage of processors, or some kind of utilization issue or something?
Good question.
But yeah, and in theory, they're going to be a flight sim weekend out in the Netherlands this weekend. So maybe they're going to talk about some stuff.
Huh.
So,
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, they'll be out at Lelystad, the flight sim weekend, which is the European kind of flight sim expo. So
very cool.
I know we got a fire has been reported to have broken out aboard the vessel. So we have a mass casualty event and a fire on a vessel. Extinguish the fire. Load the Bambi bucket. Okay, where do I get the Bambi bucket?
Nice. So this is where I started to utilize some of the timers in these events. So, like, after you put out the fire, you're going to still see the smoke from the fire, like, smoldering and everything. I'm just getting that same message where a fire has been reported to have broken out on board the vessels.
Yeah, okay, so it'll go near the flare, or the pop the smoke, so they pop smoke to get my Bambi bucket, and then go out and put out the fire.
Are you getting the helicopters on the beach as well?
Yep, a lot of smoke over, dust kick up.
Yeah,
so
a lot of downwash.
I'm presuming that is, yeah.
And all of these are custom objects where there's sinking boats.
Yeah.
Just a straight pile up of boats. I love it.
Yeah.
So we've actually got 2 rotorcraft here. And one thing you want to do when you're trying to load
like
or land here. All right.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You want to remember how your Bambi bucket loads, so it comes off to about the 3 o'clock, maybe like the 2 even. So you're going to want to make sure that you actually land somewhere where your Bambi bucket isn't going to be in the trees.
So you're landing on the helipad there, not the beach.
The whole area should be covered.
All right.
And here's where we got the interesting add-on here. This is assets from the 145. Let's see if you guys remember what these look like. All right. These are supposed to be waving survivors, but they don't have any motion in them.
Hmm.
But I find it cool that you can actually drop these dudes inside custom missions. Very cool. So to load the Bambi bucket, we're going to come down to our center console, hit load. Bambi bucket down at the bottom in the center. Make sure it has asterisks on either side. Then you can come into your overhead panel. And you're going to want to make sure that you have the hoist armed. So we're going to point right there.
Yeah, the
cargo hook. Oh, you know what? I told you the wrong thing. This button where it says RSQ hoist, this is the one that you should have on to release your basket. Not the control arm.
Okay.
Right? I had that reversed. That's my bad.
Okay. That was okay.
All right. It even says hoist versus cargo hook. My bad.
Oh.
Alright, so now I should have a Bambi bucket over here. Snow Mason's picking his up. Looks like his might be in the trees a little bit. If it does wind up in the trees, you can kind of land somewhere different. And then recycle that.
A little bit?
Yeah. So let's see if we can. I'm going to try to do this 100% from in the cockpit. Come right between these. Put that thing directly below us. And then on the screen here in the upper left-hand corner, oh, I'm starting to drift a little bit as I look over there. You can see the sling target distance to and bearing to target.
I see a Bambi bucket, but it's not coming in yet. I bet I didn't do something right.
Make sure the overhead panel again is the hook is armed. And of course I didn't do it from all inside the cockpit like I said I would, but I got the bucket.
Yeah, let me try this again. Utility pump on. Control armed all armed cockpit. Is that what I want?
So top row, control armed all with the hook. Yep. And then down on your screen here, you should see in white lettering where it says hook armed.
I'm going to weakness because I don't think I've used the Bambi bucket in the MH60. Oh, well, it's fine.
Looks like Snow might have his. Or he's restarting. Oh, he's trying again. Nice. Let's go ahead and bring this down and take a plunge. You might need to come a little bit higher off the ground.
Ground effect here. There we go. Maybe.
I wish we could see each other's Bambi buckets and everything like that. That would be super cool.
Right.
Instead of just
Looks like I
duplicates.
got it. All right. All right, I got a Bambi bucket.
Very nice.
Need to be about 25, 30 feet.
Yep.
Fill the bucket with water.
Love it.
All right. How do you dump the Bambi?
I have not yet. I am about to reach the target, and I am starting release. We should see that fire actually get extinguished and just turn to smoke. Nice pass.
What do you do to extinguish it?
So I have a key bound.
Okay.
I actually don't even remember what the key binding is called. Do you remember, Snow?
Looks like it auto emptied because
Let's see if it's...
yeah, there's no more water in the Bambi bucket. So
No, it shouldn't empty automatically. There's definitely a control for it.
well, I didn't hit anything. I just flew over the spot, and now I see no more fire, just smoke. And it says I can release my Bambi bucket near the medical tent.
Okay, then. Nicely
So.
played.
Don't know if it's a bug or if, you know, I got lucky. You know, as they say, sometimes it's better just to be lucky than good looking. No. How does that work?
I'm going to come up behind the tent. I'm actually surprised at these 3 figures in front of this now built medical tent. They've actually stayed in place. Usually when the tent spawns in, it scatters those people around and they're like flying upside down. It's pretty fantastic.
Well, wonder why that became part of your video.
Dude, because it was so hysterical when I saw this. For the first time I saw the guy float by upside down, I lost it.
All right, Bambi is clear.
Make sure that parking brake is set. This beach is not flat.
Yep. Crew operations are in progress. Take a sip of your coffee while things are happening.
Right. Cheers.
Toggle spray releases the Bambi bucket. Yeah, it's weird how it just counted it for me.
Interesting. I love being able to add in the custom objects here. This is pretty great.
Yeah.
Are you seeing the people on the ground too?
Like the standing around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
There's just a random dude standing here. Let's see, is he
Great, so I
injured?
can actually see you out walking through them.
No, doesn't look injured. He looks afraid. Oh, yeah, he's got some damage to him. His hands are messed up. His knees are messed up.
He's taking a couple
Right.
hits.
Well, get on board. Let's go.
That's another thing that I'd like to see is when you actually do deliver the survivor to the hospital. Like it's just they just stay in the back of your chopper.
Yeah.
But what's great is if you do have moving assets like the cutter or the frigate or anything like that that's moving, after you complete those missions, those objects stay in play until you leave that flight. So you could like practice moving object landings or
Yeah.
side saddle kind of following him, dropping a Bambi bucket down on top of a moving vessel.
Getting kind of low there.
How low can you go?
Oh, you're going to find out. I already found out what happened. I got too low.
You got so low it was sideways.
Yeah.
I can't believe you pulled it out though. You actually flew away from that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, let's see what happens.
How does that even?
Throttle up here. Let me throttle up here, see what happens. It popped out. I'm like, all right. But yeah, the 2 center screens were no longer working, and some of the buttons didn't seem to be reacting. I'm like, oh. All right, some kind of avionics got wet or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just full out at 150 knots. I could probably slow that down a hair.
Yeah, doing the same.
Toggle spray release. That's what it is. I appreciate you recognizing the realism I try to put into these. Some of them are just so straightforward, a little redundant. I like to keep you guessing.
I remember the first one we did. How excited you were. The multiplayer mission.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
It would be nice if it was all available in just one file instead of having to have, like 12 of them or whatever, but
yeah,
it works.
Yeah.
Are we getting another low RPM? We sure are. Why are we coming out of the sky like this?
I've had a problem a few times with the MH60. Not, I won't say this week, but the previous month ago or something like that, I was flying around and it just would start losing power and basically crash land. What the hell?
And they just won the Hover Award.
Yeah. Saw that. And I'm glad for that. I think that this is definitely a line above most of the other helicopters out there and such. So
100%.
I saw them on the awards list, and it wasn't even a question for me.
Right. Cast my vote right away.
Mm-hmm.
Because even compared to the 145, this is just a superior aircraft. Superior mission set, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. Well, and HPG stopped. They more or less stopped everything, and that sounds like they've had some staff issues, what have you.
Yep.
But it also took them several months to come out and say, here's what the problem is. Here's why you haven't heard from us. And they kind of ghosted the community, which is unfortunate.
It's nice that it still works.
Yeah.
Because I do like how you can just go from one mission to another without having to go into a menu system, choose a file. It's just, it automatically starts doing it. I just wish the customization and, being able to make your own was a thing. But, yeah, I'll stay with the MH60 and the hub all day long.
And twice in 24 hours you're going to be doing it.
Oh, yeah, we're going to run this back tomorrow.
I know. You can choose a different starting slot?
I am.
Cool. I don't know that I would be able to join.
All right, well, I appreciate you being here tonight. It's been a long time since we've taken to the skies, man.
Yep.
Helping out in the beginning with the mix-up on the JSON files.
I don't know what happened, man. I
actually think it is something to do with my Google account, because I actually just had a photography gig not too long ago, and there was a similar issue. I worked it out, but so
okay.
I think we'll have to go back there.
Yeah. Hopefully you can get it sorted out before your stream tomorrow. If you're streaming it, I don't know if you're streaming it or just flying it tomorrow.
I'll stream it. I'll let everybody know. I'll change up the description too, that they're available on the Discord. I know Icarus is definitely planning on being there, so.
Yeah.
And Mrs. TPHI is also going to try to find her way out.
Yeah. She's a little naughty.
Just a little. Coming into the hospital, shit.
Well, the skyline here of Panama.
I enjoy it. It's a great spot.
Yeah.
Just like Snow was saying earlier. I kept flying so many missions out on Reunion Island. I was like, I gotta find somewhere else with nice scenery.
What, you on Reunion? Never.
Nah. It's my favorite.
Surprised you aren't just flying a bunch of Alaska trips too.
I'd like to do some of those, but I don't know. I like the variety of the buildings, and there's not a lot going on in Alaska.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to land over on the side of this helipad. Should be room for at least 2 on the deck.
Hmm.
Go park this by the barn. And one other thing that really kills me about this, specifically happens the most in this hospital ship that I've noticed, is this thing will randomly either drop out from underneath you or like jump off the ground.
Well, from my perspective, I just saw you disappear into the ship.
Nice.
So, yeah, and in my scene, I'm seeing the helo deck on the other end of the ship, so it's not like placed at the same point. That's weird. Yeah. I didn't pay enough attention when you were coming in. If it had you, or had the ship rotated around.
Okay, so here's something else that's interesting too, is the last time I played this mission, this boat was almost all the way to the road.
Oh.
So this thing actually moves. I want to say it's
Yeah,
like,
you see where I am.
yeah.
You see where I'm coming to land. I'm landing almost the exact same spot you landed at.
Huh.
Yeah.
You do have a different spawn time too, right? So yours has had a smaller opportunity to move than mine.
Hmm.
So it spawns in real close to the shore, but then as the game progresses, it floats away from the dock.
Interesting. Not very fast. Jesus.
No. It's probably the rotation of the
Return.
Earth.
Return to MPMG. Lifting up.
I do enjoy the hospital shit though. Making it a moving target to send targets to, or survivors to, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But like I said, spawning from it can be a nightmare, especially when they move. What up?
There you go.
Crew. Dig it. Yeah, that thing should be at the dock. That's crazy. It's one full ship length away from its spawn point. Wild.
I wonder if it's because I don't know. Oh, because I initiated the first mission, but then I reset the mission. So.
Right, so you've been playing less time.
My mission, yeah, exactly.
Like if we respawn the same mission as soon as we hit the deck right now and then go back to the ship, it'll be probably at the shore.
Yeah, or be very, very close to the same exact place.
Yep.
Probably not noticeably any different.
have the landing zone here pretty much encompassing the entire airport. So wherever you wheels down, it's going to trigger mission success.
Cool.
Fantastic. What a great test of more and more custom objects. Bring it. And so far, it doesn't seem like there's a limit on it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go in and look at the file and the mission structure, there's a lot going on. I think it's 10 different rafts, no, 13 different rafts.
Yeah.
There's 5 boats, 3 people. I mean, there's a bunch going on. And the amount of timing triggers. It's good fun, man. Good fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But like I said, you still get the survivor inside. He just won't get out. You're stuck with him.
Oh, inside your helicopter?
Oh yeah. If you actually picked up your survivor, he's probably still in your cabin too.
Oh, well, you know, I didn't pick him up, so I don't have that issue.
True. So you still have the... Did you ever get mission success?
Yeah, I got mission success.
Even though you didn't complete the first leg.
Yep. So, something to keep in mind for, you know, future.
Yeah, probably have like the right hoist switch enabled instead of the, you know,
Well, yeah.
instead of the cargo hook.
Yeah.
Which was my fault.
It's been a long time since I've used it, so yeah.
It's all good. It went well.
Yeah. Good times. And it wasn't you know, fly this direction for 80 miles. Right.
The second leg is pretty lengthy, but it's not too bad.
No, it's not bad at all. It's because you did one that was like a real long flight over to something.
Yes.
Like, well, okay, that just stretches out the time. You
Where
know,
we actually went
accomplish
to a different
necessarily,
helipad for fuel.
Yeah. I mean, and that's one thing you do with like Alaska or something like that. You have to land on like the oil platforms, you know, and get some fuel.
Right.
Because I have seen that in a YouTube video by the guys up in Canada. They do rescue missions, and they do a lot of videos. One of the pilots does, and they got a rescue do way out at sea. They'll stop at certain oil platforms and refuel.
Yeah.
And sometimes they get some food while they're there too, and then continue on because it's like, you know, multiple hours of flight. You know, so.
Makes for a long day.
Yeah.
I highly recommend trying this in a different weather condition, though.
Yeah.
Like when you have put like a thunderstorm in place. I highly recommend like a barometer hold or something like that when you're in transit.
Yeah.
And keep an eye on that EFB, man. But it's a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah. I love the weather in the simulator.
It's looking pretty good.
Thunder and lightning and all the effects. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely enjoy some of that.
Snow's coming back for tomorrow's stream too with a different position. Fantastic. I think tomorrow I'm either going to go with Lima or Kilo. I'm going to take the other end of the spectrum. I'll probably go with Lima. I'll be all the way at the other end of the field. It's a completely different rescue mission out at the first scene. It's pretty cool. I appreciate you guys being here tonight, man. Like I always say, it has been a blast. It has been a ball. For now, that's it, that all. And we will see you tomorrow for the reboot.
Cool.
Again, Jerry, thank you so much for being here. Snow, appreciate you. Glad you enjoyed it. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for having it this time of night for me.
My pleasure. It has been a minute, my man.
Yeah. absolutely. But yeah, appreciate it. Good missions. I like them.
Thank you.
I need to do it more often, but I've been sucked into some other things within the sim, and I just end up not doing a whole lot of flying, so, or a whole lot of helicopter, I should say.
Cool. Variety is the spice of life.
Exactly.
All right, brother. We'll catch you soon.
I'm gonna catch you later.